Feeling overwhelmed by the challenges of being a single parent? You are not alone. Welcome to Single Parent Reset. I'm Orla, a life coach for single parents, and I'm here to help you feel calmer, more confident, and just a little bit in control of your single parent journey. If this is your first time ever listening, welcome. And if you're coming back again and are a regular listener, welcome back. I hope your week is going well for you. And this week, I'm very much looking forward to recording this episode because we are going to be circling back to a topic that I've spoken about before, and it is always one of the most popular topics that I talk about, and that is dating. Yes, dating. Today, we're going to talk about what could be the real driver for dating just not seeming to work for you, and what you can do to start making dating actually work for you no matter where you are in your single parent journey. When it comes to dating as a single parent, you don't have to have it all figured out. We're all out here learning, growing, and rebuilding in real time. So let's take a breath and reset together. Dating as a single parent, it can be quite the experience, let's say. From those initial days when you're tentatively dipping your toe back into the dating pool after years, maybe even decades, being with the same person, and the very concept of putting yourself out there again can feel terrifying. But eventually, most of us do pluck up the courage and have the joys of figuring out just how all these dating apps work. We rope in our friends to help create our profiles, and we start to get to grips with a whole new dating landscape since the last time we were single. It can be a time filled with first date blunders, getting swept up into situationships, and everything in between. Some of us may realise we jumped in too soon, and for others, we may be wondering what took us so long. And after the initial adrenaline and novelty wears off, after getting yourself back into the dating world, many single parents, they can become fatigued of it all. The endless swiping, ghosting, messaging that leads to nowhere, all while keeping on top of the demands of parenting alone. And a very common pattern many single parents can find themselves in is being on a loop of going on lots and lots of dates, being totally up for it, to burning themselves out and swearing off dating apps ever again, only to find themselves re-downloading the apps again to start the merry-go-round all over again. Sound familiar? Whether you're absolutely new to dating or have been at it for a while now, there is one thing that can make it all feel a little bit easier and make you feel a lot more in control. And that is having a clear intention about what exactly it is you are looking for when it comes to dating. And I don't mean the type of person you are looking for, although that may be part of it. I'm talking about getting intentional about what is the outcome you want from your dating activity, and matching your actions to map you towards that outcome rather than wasting your time and ending up back at square one feeling like you just haven't a clue what you're doing. Around this time last year, I had a client come to me and she said that she was deleting the apps forever. And I asked her why. And she went on to tell me the countless first dates that she had been on that had led to absolutely nowhere. And she was just sick of wasting her time, which, as we know, as single parents is very limited. And I asked her what was she looking for from these first dates. And her initial reply was to fill the time while her children were with their co-parent. Now, as the session went on, we uncovered that what she was really looking for was not just something to fill the time with while her children were gone. What she was actually looking for was a partner to fill her time with. And rather than allowing herself to admit that this is what she really wanted and what type of partner that would be, and in turn intentionally only going on dates with someone close to that, she was going on date after date with anyone just to fill the time. Once she recognised what her real intention for dating was, she could then see that her current actions and behaviours were just not aligned to that intention. She started to slow down and stopped going on pointless dates with people that from the outset she knew would not go past one date. It freed up her time to only go on the dates that mattered and trust that she deserved to find the right person for her. We can get so caught up in the hamster wheel of dating and blame the dating world as the problem, which is so easy to do in today's app-heavy dating world. But there is so much in our control when it comes to dating, and it starts really with us, getting clear on our intentions and actually taking the steps to match those intentions. And that is exactly what we are going to talk about today. The first thing you need to do before even thinking about downloading an app or going to a dating event is getting clear on what your intentions are, because doing this before embarking on any dating activities can save you a lot of wasted time. So, the first question I want you to ask is, what is the ideal outcome you want to achieve from dating? Now, everyone is completely different in terms of what they're looking for, and this is going to change for you over time, and that is completely normal. What is really important here is taking the time to reflect and getting clear on this so that you have a sense of clarity on what you are doing and why it is so important to you when it comes to dating. So, looking at your dating, I want you to be really, really honest with yourself. What is the ideal outcome you're looking for? No one is listening here. This is for you. This isn't the answer to impress your friends or to impress your ex. It is for you. Be honest. What is it you are really looking for? What is the ideal outcome you are looking for? It could be you really just want an opportunity to get out there and meet other like-minded people. And if it leads to something more, great. But your main outcome you want is connecting with others and meeting new people. Or maybe for you, it's something serious you want. You are looking for your next long-term relationship to settle down with. Or it even could be you just want utter escapism and one-night stands. There's no judgment here. You get to decide what is the ideal outcome you want from your dating. Spend time here getting really honest with yourself. What does success look like for me when it comes to dating? Now, you may have come up with your real, true, honest answer in terms of what you really want to get from dating. But alongside this answer is a whole host of voices in your head saying things like, you don't deserve that outcome. Who would want you? You don't have the confidence to put yourself out there again. You don't know how to trust people again. And on and on and on this negative voice can go. First of all, I want to say that this voice, this negative voice in your head is completely normal. It is just trying to keep you safe. And it's coming up with all the reasons why you shouldn't put yourself out there and go for what you really want when it comes to dating. Everyone is going to have their own personal barrier or block that is just getting in the way of them going for the real outcome they truly want when it comes to their dating. And it is important you spend time looking at this barrier and block, whatever it is, and gently challenge it and reframe it so that you can start taking action towards the outcome you really want and deserve. A great exercise here is to separate fear from truth. Take a minute and notice the main thought that comes up for you when you think about going after what you really want from dating. It could be, who would even want me now that I'm a single parent? Or I don't trust myself anymore. Whatever it is, instead of agreeing with it or trying to push it away, let yourself think that thought. And now it's time to challenge it by asking yourself, is this a fact or is it a fear? Because most of the time, it's a protective voice trying to keep you safe after everything that you've been through, not a reflection of your worth or your future. Gently challenge it by asking, where did this belief come from? Is it based on my past or who I am today? Then replace it with a more balanced thought. It could be something like, I'm allowed to want connection, even if I feel nervous. Or, I can take this slowly and still move forward. Life for many single parents has come with its challenges, particularly on the relationship front. So it is completely natural to have some hang-ups and hesitations here. But just because things haven't worked out in the past, it doesn't mean that we do not deserve to take this opportunity now to rewrite our future story. And that starts with us spending the time working on ourselves, knowing what we truly want, and allowing ourselves to go for it. Okay, so now that we are crystal clear on the outcome we want from dating and have worked through some of our mental blocks holding us back, the next part is looking at taking action. So I want you to ask yourself, what actions and behaviours lead to the outcome I want? Again, everyone is different here, and everyone is going to have different actions and behaviours that will relate to their outcome. Spend time here really thinking about the real steps that would lead you closer to your ideal outcome when it comes to dating. So, for example, If you are looking to meet someone for a long-term committed relationship that has similar lifestyle to you, some actions here could be making sure that your dating profile clearly shows what type of person you are and the type of relationship you're looking for. And behaviors could be going to more places aligned with your lifestyle activities and being open to speak to others there. Now, I'm going to be totally honest here. Personally, I find this exercise quite confronting because a lot of the time, when we map out our behaviours and actions that we know would lead to, or at least put us in the direction of, our ideal outcome, we may find that we're currently doing none of these actions or behaviours. So going back to, let's say you're the person looking for a long-term partner with a similar lifestyle to you. If that is you, you may in fact find that your lifestyle is all about being fit and healthy and early nights and early mornings rather than late nights and long lies. And yet, when you look at your profile, you are in a bar or a pub, drink in hand in every single photo. And when you go to your local gym, you put your headphones in and you cannot remember the last time you even made eye contact with someone in the gym, let alone a friendly exchange. Having more of an understanding now of what your ideal outcome is from dating and what the actions or behaviours are that will get you closer to that outcome, and if there are any discrepancies in between them, you can now start making the tweaks and changes to your actions and behaviours so that you can start moving towards your outcome rather than thinking you are out there when in fact you are very much not. Now, there is so much more in this topic to dive into, like finding the time, knowing if I'm even ready to date, understanding what your non-negotiables are when it comes to a partner or dating, and lots more. And I've covered these in my previous episodes about dating, so go check them out. But today, I really wanted to focus on the part many of us overlook and end up feeling like we are just doing it all wrong. But you are not doing it wrong. You just need to spend time really looking at and being totally honest with yourself as to what your intentions are and allowing yourself to want these intentions and making sure that your actions and behaviours align with these. We can completely lose ourselves in the dating process. So this episode is a check-in for you to come back to time and time again to keep you on track, whatever that track may be for you. What is one change you are going to make to how you approach dating after listening to today's episode? Please let me know. I love hearing what actions people take from listening to this episode. If you want to know more about me and the work that I do with single parents, please check out my website, solascoaching.com. That's SOLAS coaching.com. And you can also follow me on Instagram at solascoaching.com. Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. You've given yourself some time just for you to focus on you and your single parent journey. And that in itself shows that you are taking steps in the right direction. I hope you have a really good week and looking forward to checking back in next week.